Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Hear Rich's forecast hourly on these Blue Water Broadcasting radio stations.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? Rich here from Southern California, the National Weather Association Conference in the greater Los Angeles area. We're in Anaheim. More about the conference and what's going on today coming up in just a moment. First, we're here to talk about the weather, which is going to be hot and humid in Alabama. I know it's the last few days of summer, but it's really going to feel like summer today. We'll talk about how the storms will increase by later in the week and the latest from the tropics. We still have Jose. Jose's been out there forever, and that's going to graze the U.S. coastline. And we'll talk about Maria. Maria is the one I'm really worried about because of its future. It could become a major hurricane. Let's bring you up to date on what's going on. This is your morning weather briefing from California. Dense fog has been a big problem across North Alabama this morning. Not as bad in Central and South Alabama, but officially there's a dense fog advisory in effect until 9 o'clock this morning. Otherwise, that'll burn off. Look for a mostly sunny day. There will be some spotty thunderstorms around. Not as many as over the weekend when we had 30 to 40 to 50% coverage. I think today closer to about 20%. Still a hot day today. I know we're at the last few days of summer here. High around 90, tonight's low 70. Northwest winds light at 4 to 8 miles per hour. On tomorrow, we have thunderstorms which will be widely scattered across the area. Notice Jose on the far right there, teasing the middle Atlantic coastal region, moving northward on Wednesday towards New England. We have better rain chances coming in Wednesday as an upper-level disturbance moves our way. About 40% coverage Wednesday and Thursday, and decent coverage, I think, on Friday as we get into the beginning of fall. Notice Maria, I should say, peeking into the screen here, coming into the Bahamas on Friday. More on Maria in just a moment. There it is on Saturday. We'll be in our scattered thunderstorm regime, just like a normal summer day, even though it's fall on Saturday. High temperatures still pretty warm, upper 80s to around 90. Look at that hurricane on Sunday, east of the U.S. coastline. And moving on northward, we have a 20% chance of storms in the forecast tomorrow. I've got the rain chances higher at 40% Wednesday and Thursday, and then maybe a little lower Friday and Saturday. We may have to adjust the Friday and Saturday rain chances up a little bit. Lots of heat and humidity with high temperatures in the lower 90s today, and actually 90 or above the next few days until we get closer to the weekend when temperatures scale back just a little bit, not much. The GFS has a hot week ahead, and it shows next week we could even see some 90-plus temperatures around before we cool off closer to the end of that 16-day period. Now, let's go out into the tropics. We have Jose, which has been around, it seems like forever, which will be teasing the East Coast. We have Maria, that's the one we care about. Lee, we don't care about. Lee in the far eastern Atlantic was a tropical storm. Now it's a depression, but Maria is the one that could pummel Puerto Rico with Category 4 winds. Jose now has it. There's a tropical storm watch in effect from about Delaware northward to about Cape Cod. There's going to be a lot of wind and waves associated with Jose, but really more of a nuisance than a direct hit. Maria is the one we care about because this one is not only threatening the Leeward Islands, where there's hurricane warnings again. We have hurricane warnings in Puerto Rico and a hurricane watch in effect for the Dominican Republic. And Maria's future track is interesting because it takes it through the Turks and Caicos into the Bahamas. And then this is the GFS. It's off the U.S. coastline. The European is mostly off the U.S. coastline. It has a few members that take it towards Florida and into the Gulf of Mexico. The Canadian is the closest one to the U.S. coastline, actually has an interaction with the Carolinas at some point before curving out into the Atlantic. So we're going to have to watch the future of Maria very, very carefully. An interesting storm that could have devastating consequences, especially in the islands over the next few days. So that's all I have for you. So that's all I have for you this morning. I mentioned I'm at the National Weather Association Conference here in Anaheim, which is the greater L.A. area, just to orient you on where we are. The Atlantic Ocean is 11 miles that way. That would be Huntington Beach. Disneyland is about 2 miles that way. And the Angels ballpark is about 1.5 miles that way. So this morning our sessions start early. The director of the National Weather Service, Dr. Louis Usolini, is going to speak to us. It's the keynote address, so a busy weather day ahead. I'm going to do my very best to punch out another video for you first thing tomorrow morning on Tuesday morning. It's going to be a little rough because we have a late night function tonight. It's the broadcaster's dinner, and it's going to be a little tough to get the get the act started early in the morning tomorrow, but I'll do my best for you. You know that. Have a great day today. I'll see you later. We're back to normal later on this week, especially by Thursday morning. Everything's normal. See you.
Rich Thomas Weather.